do just that. So I made the school reference. I don't know if that's the best analogy, but, you know, I remember getting a lot of those from my teachers because I just did what I needed to do. You know, I had plans way beyond school.
All right, you're looking at Balby here, who's still back battling with the Gerke. Gerke 6th, Balby 7th. Jared Brown, top tiers, HF Alessi, and Nick Wade round out your top 10. How much of Chad Reed being here to manufacture that speed is confidence, knowing that, yeah, I can beat this guy, I can get this guy.
Just raw talent and being intelligent, you know, and like, okay, it's not happening in these lines, so I'm going to move it a little bit, maybe run a gear taller through a section and just make the adjustment. That's what's so cool about motocross. You know, I'm not going to diss car racing and other forms of racing, but a lot of times you're just out there and that's all you got, or the car is only performing a certain way. In motocross, you know, you can make so many adjustments. And during the break, you asked me about Lawrence. Does he have the fitness to go the distance here? Mentally, you can override your fitness. You can't do that in a marathon, but you can do that for 30 minutes in a race like this. And Lawrence certainly possesses enough of that raw talent as he gives us a blast of dirt. That's how it feels. You hear that?
Yeah.
You can hear that when you're out racing and when it's hitting you and your bike. So Lawrence, yes, he can mentally make an adjustment. Just like Chad's going to have to do this moto and actually win this time. He can. He has not lost contact with Josh yet.
Well, Lawrence has had so many problems, but mentally, he knows what his problems are. Listen to this, very candid thoughts from Jason Lawrence on his recent troubles.
In the past, my situations have just been kind of losing focus on what I'm here for, you know. I mean, I've been coming to dirt bike races for so long that it's super repetitive for me, and for me to be able to go out there, I mean, last year and the year before, for me to be able to go out in the pits and hang out with a bunch of people that are stoked, like, hey, J-Law, you know, a bunch of guys that are partying, that are doing what I want to be doing. And I mean, it started out last year with me just hanging out in the pit parties, and then obviously at Redbud, I did a little more than hung out and got in a little altercation with a guy. And I mean, I'm going to try and stay out of that. I mean, I've been through 5 times more controversy than anyone else in my situation, and it seems like I have 5 times the supporters. So, I mean, it's awesome, and I definitely couldn't have been doing it without those people. I always do interviews, and it's always the beginning of the season, and I always say, you know, this year I'm staying out of the off-track stuff, this and that. And I mean, I don't say that because I want to lie. I say that because that's what I'm trying to do. And it feels like I kind of dug myself in a hole that it's been really hard to get out of, and haven't really been doing much to get out of it. I've almost been digging it deeper. I mean, I really do try to stay out of that because I know how many fans I have and how much I have riding on this. So, I mean, I do what I can do, and if things are going to follow me, then so be it.
Well, Jason Lawrence, the book was always, he's crazy, he does stuff off the track that you shouldn't do, and he's not a role model, but man, can the kid ride. But we were even starting to lose that man, can the kid ride thing. It has been terrible, the results lately. Not even able to get to the finish line. We had some fun with that. Poked a little fun at him last week from Millville, but I mean, how could you not? His finishing record had been horrible, but all of a sudden, he's on fire. Let's go to Aaron. What do you got?
Well, guys, it's really not a laughing matter, but I did get a chuckle out of it when I did hear it. Jason Lawrence has put in more laps after that first moto than he has all season long. He's completed more laps, should I say, in that first moto than he has all season long. So congratulations to Jason Lawrence for actually pulling it together here at Washougal.
Yeah, that's right. More laps completed in one moto today than he has for the rest of the year because he has not finished races. He hasn't shown up in a lot. Races that he has come to, he does a lap or two and for whatever reason pulls off, but that's how quickly it changes in this game. Suddenly he gets a start. He sees a guy, Josh Grant, that he still feels that he can beat and he doesn't like and wants to beat. Suddenly he's going a lot better than he has at any point really since March in Daytona in Supercross. Jason Lawrence keeping Josh Grant honest. This is unbelievable. Stay with us live on Speed. Race is on right now. Pair of Suzuki riders from Australia. They're good friends. They ride and train together. They travel together. But right now they are mortal enemies because they are battling for the number 3 position. Michael Byrne has got 3rd. Chad Reed wants it. Here he comes to the outside.
Shouldn't have gone inside right there.
Reed blows that berm up. Huge roost. Takes over the number 3 spot.
See, Byrne was in a tough situation. If he went wide, he leaves the door open, and Chad can get into the inside, drift over it out into Byrne's line. But as we saw Byrne make his pass a little while ago, that outside line gives you so much momentum back up the hill. Chad did a nice job. He just commit early. Well, as soon as they started down the hill and he saw Byrne go tight,
speed.
Yeah, he went way out there and went probably faster around that berm than he's been all day. And he needed to. Otherwise, he's going to nail with rocks and dirt for another lap.
And Chad now in third, looking good for the overall. Doesn't really have to worry about the guys that are in front of him, and that's Lawrence in second, yes. Jason Lawrence, not just looking to finish this, but looking to finish it on the podium. He's in the number 2 spot and only 3 seconds behind Josh Grant, our leader. Reed's 11 seconds back. See the countdown clock at the top of the screen. We're not quite 20 minutes into this, so there's time for something to happen.
Well, Reed can pick up a second a lap, and he'll be right on it. And the last time Reed was bearing down on Jason Lawrence was in the Daytona Supercross, and Lawrence just got out of the way and went, here. I'm a Chad Reed fan. You can have it. I've been pretty stoked with how I've done so far. I'll still be on the podium. That's good enough. I'd imagine that at this point, with the way that Lawrence's season has gone, the expectations aren't that high. So if Reed catches and passes him, I doubt he'll put up much of a fight. That's Balby smoking.
He cannot put up much of a fight.
He blew up.
He's done. Well, I said the Balby can sometimes be scary to watch, but that's nothing to do with him right here. He's frustrated. He had a solid top 10 in the making. Bike blows up. Nick Way is going to slide past him for 7th, and everybody else is going to slide past him as well. Man, that's a heartbreaker. Great story, Balby out of Brazil. His sister actually races in our women's motocross division here. He's her coach, agent, manager, trainer, mechanic. She'll help him during his motos. He'll help her during her motos, but
just to add insult to this, he blew up in about the worst place to go get the bike for the mechanic or to push it back. He's as far away from the truck and up over the hill as you can get.
It's good to see this guy, Nick Way, doing well. One of our favorite riders. Really one of the fun guys to hang out with and talk to. He's rallying. Let's get to know Nick Way.
Hi, I'm Nick Way, number 27, straight out of DeWitt, Michigan. Streets are hard there. On a Boost Mobile, Monster, AM, PM, MSR, Yamaha. My hobbies are, I like to ride BMX a little bit, even though I'm totally sketchy. I think that adds to the excitement. I like to golf and play basketball with friends or whatever. My all-time motocross hero has got to be Jeff Stanton. Obviously, he was a great rider, but I look up to him as a person too, and he definitely sets a great example for me as I was growing up and kind of hanging out with him a bunch. My greatest motocross accomplishment is probably winning a national back in '99, and you know, I've had a bunch of goals that I've met, and obviously I'm still trying to achieve a bunch, but you know, I've had a fun time along the way. My mechanic's name is Masahiro Ito. The best thing I like about him is he comes riding with me, and he's totally cool. I mean, obviously we don't get in too many arguments because there's the whole language barrier, so we get along really well. That's me, Nick Way, on the number 27 white Yamaha.
Hey, I think you see why we like Nick Way so much. He's a really funny guy, and battling for top 10 in series points right now. He was 1 point behind Justin Brayton for 10th coming into this race. Brayton had a good first moto, and Way trying to fight back with a good second moto. That's going to be a knockdown, drag-out battle between those two for top 10 all season long. They are solid riders. Expect them to be in it all the way down to the wire at Steel City, our finale on Labor Day weekend. Here is Way moving up on Jared Brown, who's in 6th. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the best result of the year for Jared the Jet Brown, who's in the number 6 spot, full privateer. Millsap is 5th, Byrne 4th, Reed 3rd. Lawrence still 3.5 seconds behind Grant, not letting Grant off the hook. And here is Grant. Maybe it's that flashy green gear. Whatever it is, he looks a whole lot better in Moto 2 than he did when he struggled to 5th in Moto number 1, and that's the book on Grant. Man, if he could just bottle this up every moto, he'd be unstoppable.
Yeah, the ability is there.
Yeah.
But the start obviously plays a big part in this. And, you know, it's a weird track, too. And I could just tell from his posture in the first moto, things weren't clicking for him, and he didn't want to push the issue and have more problems because this track won't allow you to do that. It's kind of slippery in spots where it doesn't look it, and you lose the front end or the back end, and that can end up in a lousy crash. Just ask his teammate Cody Cooper. But between motos, Joe Gibbs Racing, obviously a great outfit, and those guys can make the changes they need to, and Josh is probably disappointed with his first moto run. Came in here properly motivated with the right equipment.
Well, you know, the start in this sport, they say it's all about wanting it. You can see he was motivated. It was Josh Grant. He got the whole shot. He's not looking back. But Lawrence is still right there, folks. Stay with us. We're live on Speed. Lucas Oil AMA Pro Motocross Championship. Suddenly, Jason Lawrence just hit the wall, and here comes Chad Reed. He was chasing our leader, Josh Grant, but now the 338 is going to be lucky to hold on for second. Reed has picked up the pace, and Lawrence has lost his, David.
Lawrence has slowed down a couple seconds a lap. Reed has picked it up a couple seconds a lap. The fastest man on the track. He's got an